Stop being a snob. Ridiculous.
Well, yeah, g'day and welcome. We are we're at Darlington in the trucks for the Weekend Warriors Championship, this week's round, and sitting seventh in the championship. I was
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes.
Fifth before last week and finished 11th at Bristol, a track I absolutely hate running at. Always struggle there. I just don't get the whole concept of a track so short it feels like running around a clothesline. So the gloves are on tonight after the trouble I had at Bristol last night. Force feedback's down a bit on the wheel and the gloves are on, so we'll see how it goes.
That's a new fastest lap for Gallagher, 29.4.
And obviously I have the crew chief open. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Got some practice in today, which is better than I did for Bristol. And yeah, not great, not bad. You know, I'm probably running half a second or more off where I need to be for the front runners, but yeah, it's struggling a little bit here. I'd really, some of these tracks I don't race at very much, if at all, because I just struggle too much with the line, and I pushed it a little bit hard today, but we'll see how we go tonight. The whole plan tonight, the strategy is I will probably skip qualifying and start at the back, run around at the back of the pack and see what happens. Just try and keep it clean and see where I end up. I'm going to aim for a top 10 finish, which will rely on me keeping it clean and a lot of other people not keeping it clean, but we will see how we go. I think we've got 5 of us in from the team tonight. I don't know whether Tristan's racing or not, but Aidan's here, Ruben's here, Brett's here, and I'm here. So we shall see. I'm actually wearing a 2020 team livery on the truck tonight, and my pit crew are adorned in the wonderful looking driver suits and helmets, etc. So we shall see how it goes, and we're going to qualifying now, and I'm like I say, I'm probably going to sit this one out. So you've got a few minutes, grab a cup of coffee, a cold drink of whatever description you prefer, and we're going to rock and roll pretty shortly, but I am going to start at the back and we'll just see how we go from there. I've got a 30.5 today, and I ran a bunch of 30.6s and 30.8s and stuff, so I'm depending on who you look at, I'm anywhere between half a second or more off the pace. I expect to be running high 30s, might get a couple of good laps in, but I just basically just want to try and be consistent rather than fast tonight, and just try and keep it clean. So we shall see how we go. That won't matter much because they haven't qualified yet. But I'm not going to run, so I'm hoping to just start at the back. So we'll see how we go. And so you've got a few minutes, so answer the call of nature, grab a drink of whatever you want, grab some nibblies, and sit back. It's a 1.3 mile track, but it's not an oval as such. Turns, was it 1 and 2? I think are quite tight.
New fastest lap for Schultz, 29.4.
One of my teammates, 29.357. Very, very nice. Well done, Aiden. Turns 3 and 4 are a lot broader, so they're a lot easier to get through. But turns 1 and 2, I think it is. But it's one of those odd-shaped ovals where one end is a lot more open and rounded. The other end is very tight. It slopes down and closes in towards that end. And, I believe it's turns 1 and 2. It's very, very tight because that's the narrow end of the oval. And turns 3 and 4, quite good. It's a very narrow racing surface. There's not a lot of room here. It looks deceptively wider than it is, because there's a very wide apron, and it looks exactly like the racing surface where, the way it's laid, which you can see there. The white broken line is basically the edge of the apron. So there's not a lot of room there. It's not very wide. It looks wider than it is when you're looking down on the track, but the racing surface itself is probably 2 to 2.5 lanes wide. Not very much room there, especially if people are, racing side by side. Whoever's on the outside has a lot of work to do to keep it off the wall. And coming out of turn 4, it's not hard to put it into the wall, but turn 2, especially 1 and 2 are basically one turn. It's that tight. It's just basically a single corner. But as you come out of turn 2 off that end onto the back straight, it's also, if you're not careful and you're on the wrong line, especially when the tyres start to go off, it's not difficult to put it into the wall. So that's where a lot of the work's going to be tonight. It's trying to just keep it clean and keep it straight and avoid accidents or causing one, which is a big embarrassment here. If you hit the wall and bounce into somebody else, you can take out half the field if they're all bunched up. So we'll see how it goes. But I've got my trusty bottle of water, and when everybody's finished in about 40 seconds, we'll grid up. So we'll see how that goes. But I just want to make it through this, survive this, come out with some points for the championship. As I said, I'm sitting 7th. I was 10th, then 5th. And last week's 11th place dropped me back to 7th in the championship. I just want to survive this and come out of it with some points and a position that I can not feel too embarrassed about, because next week we go to Daga. Off to Alabama at Talladega Super Speedway. So we'll see how we go.
Welcome to another joyous night of trucks. Just a reminder, initial green.
One lap to green. Line up on
initial
the outside.
start is on the green flag, green light, and everything else is on the pole sitter. Yeah, 100% fuel, 1 fast repair, 3 sets of tyres, including the set you start on. Good luck, have fun.
Thanks, Mark.
80 is the stages.
Thanks, Mark.
There are 2 additional sets of tyres
V14,
during this race. Have a good race.
160 laps.
And because I'm on the outside, I'm going to have to be careful not to
Follow
hit
car
that
number
damn wall.
18 in the inside column.
I didn't change the steering. Damn. Forgot to change my steering. Feels very loose. It's probably only set to 12, but
Get ready, going green.
I meant to change it down to 10, but didn't get the chance. Well, I guess we'll see how we go. Force feedback feels a bit lighter than I expected it to, but
Long night, boys.
we'll see how we go. I've got a teammate next to me. I'm going to let him go and I'll drop in behind him. I'm just going to follow the pack for a while and see how it goes.
Inside. Clear inside.
Yeah, that steering's far too loose. I don't know what the deal is with that. It wasn't like that in the practice session today. Lap times don't amount to anything at the moment, unless you're leading. It's all about how you run in the field, where you finish. But yeah, not happy with that steering. I might try and fix that at my first pit stop, but it's got to try and survive. 40 laps the first stage, 40 laps the second, 80 laps the third. We've got 3 sets of tyres for the entire night.
The leader's just done a 30.0.
I'm expecting a caution at some point.
Okay, Steve, the next car is Johansson. New fastest lap for Schultz, 29.7.
Ah, what the...
That's your fastest lap today.
14 pitting.
V14, moving out to Campbell. In front is now 2.0. Johansson behind is pitting now. How high, Brett? How high? Fastest lap for Barry, 29.7. The lap time was at 31.0.
Yeah, don't like that steering at all. It just doesn't feel direct and firm.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now 1.5.
Oh! Nah, just not happening for me. Not feeling it at all. Oh, for God's sake.
The gap in front has increased. It's now about 2.6 seconds.
Oh, terrible lap times. This steering's just woeful. Where I Racing get the idea that this is a good setup is just beyond me.
The gap in front is now 2.7 seconds.
Because, yes, as I didn't mention it, but yes, this is a fixed setup, championship. So there's very few things that you can change. Steering ratio, brake bias, a couple of other little things, but pretty much that's it. Need to get my head into this. I don't like racing some of these tracks. Under any other circumstances, I just avoid these sort of tracks. Darlington, Bristol, Martinsville, just absolutely hate them. Darlington mainly because of the shape of it, and because one end is basically, well, way narrower, and it's very, very tight. I just don't enjoy it. I'm too slow, off the pace, and struggling to make the tyres last on a track that I just honestly struggle to get the right driving line.
The
But
gap in front has increased to 4.6.
But, well, I want the points, so... It's exactly the same length as Nashville Super Speedway. And if you saw my run at Nashville Super Speedway, you'll notice the real difference in the way I'm driving and my whole attitude towards the race. And it's the same length, so it's not that I don't mind the length of the track. I mean, the leaders are coming, I'm going to have to let them by. Go inside.
Car inside. The next car's the leader. Clear inside. Car inside. Clear outside.
I'm struggling too much with this. Don't like that steering at all. It's not what I practiced with, and I'm really struggling with it.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, I'm just struggling too much with this, Brad.
Front is increasing. It's now 14 seconds.
I get it, buddy. I truly get it.
I practiced this afternoon, then forgot to change my steering ratio, and I'm
Watch your
all
speed.
over the
The
place.
lane speed limit is 72 kilometres per hour. We'll need to stop again. Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Right. Let's try something.
Go, go, go!
Come on. No. It's greyed out. So that's, yeah, all right. I'm going to call it a night. Struggling too much with this. I practiced a lot better than I'm running tonight. It's not good. It's just going to be a disaster. So, yeah, just a disaster waiting to happen, unfortunately. So, I'm going to end the stream. So, I'll catch you later. Talladega next week. Come back for that one. No problems at Talladega. All right.